How can you choose what
So here
marketing
at the
to
Creative
do
Content
and what
Company,
marketing
we
you
help our
shouldn't
clients
do?
with online marketing. However, we fully appreciate that a lot of businesses want to do some of it themselves, all of it themselves, or some of them want to do none of it themselves and give it all to us. And a really interesting point that James mentioned is that there's so much marketing he wants to do, but how do you know what you should do and what you shouldn't do and where to stop? So,
Yeah.
as much as there's not an answer to that question, James, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, it's really tricky, especially when you've only got a limited amount of time. I'm a big fan of trying to repurpose some of the content. So maybe if you're having a meeting and you can record it and you can maybe on the back of something do a video, make sure if you're going to a business meeting, take a photo when you're there and then post it. I do like to provide like useful stuff, things that people can use. So it's hard to then sometimes you might take a picture and you've just come out of a meeting with a client and you think, well, how is this relevant? How can I get something that's interesting here? I probably overthink it. I'm maybe not the best person to say with that. I like things to be quite orderly and I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I think that can hold me back. But yeah, I think also the other thing is just trying to allocate your time appropriately. It's really difficult to turn marketing mind off and then so to go from creative to sort of sales side. So sometimes I might be doing it in the middle of writing. So I do some like blog post articles and I might be doing something quite creative there. And then my phone might ring, which is ultimately an inquiry and something that's going to generate income into the business. And I need to be able to switch from that to my other mode quite quickly. And I find that quite challenging just to flick the brain over quite quickly.
Yeah.
So if you are in an industry where you can just block that time, I think that would be really useful.
Yeah.
But for me, that's not always possible. So you just have to get good at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really just trying to repurpose content, use work, collaborate if you can with people. I think I just get to a point where I'm probably a bit fatigued after a while. So I think for me, being able to collaborate with somebody that has the same values, understands your messaging and your sort of brand guidelines, your values, I think that's really important.
Yeah.
And then that can just alleviate some of it's not even the actioning it, it's the mind space behind the creative side. So sometimes it's not the delivering that message, it's the idea of coming up with the message in the first place. So I think having somebody else that can support you on that journey can be really helpful.
No, I think you're right. And for us, it's definitely blocking a day out. So every week, every other week, we block a day out. And that's the day that I work solely on the business. So that's when I'll do the blogging for Creative Content Company. That's when we'll do our social media. That's when we'll edit our videos and stuff. But it is really hard to block that day out. And I'm lucky that we've been in business a while. So I've got a team around me. So if the phone rings, someone else can answer that phone for me. But when you're a small business or a new business, it's really hard to get to that point. How do you risk missing that one call that's going to make you a millionaire because you're in the middle of a blog?
Yeah, it's really difficult. And I think you've just got to try and work out what work and find out what works for you. If you are the type of person where you need that space and you can zone in as long as you've got that peace and quiet, that's fine. But sometimes there's some days where I'm just not feeling as creative. And so it's just trying to maybe be opportunistic as well. So if you're the sort of person that you just need to be in the right mood, in the right zone, maybe just identifying that and just taking that moment and then prioritizing different duties. So yes, if it's a call that needs to be done, an action there and then, or an email that needs to be gone back to urgently, then that's fine. But also think, well, is it actually something I could come back to later while I'm in this creative space? Let's work on that so I can get some of these things done.
Yeah, love that. Thank you.
No problem.